Hi guys. Okay, so this is something new I'm doing. I was actually going to read the whole story, but then I was like, you're not gonna want to watch a video of me reading a story that you could read yourselves. Like, I'm just not like LoeyLane, who I just recently discovered on YouTube. She is amazing. She does a lot of viral scary stories that include pictures and videos in half of them, which is the cherry on top of the sundae, so I love it. And I've listened to a lot of these stories, and none have stuck to me like this story, because let's just say that the girl in this story, you're gonna feel bad and be like, oh my god, this is happening to her, and then suddenly you're gonna change and be like, oh, she deserves to be haunted, this bitch crazy. That's as simple as that. I'm sorry, but it's true. Like, the way, okay, now I'm gonna put in the description part 1 and part 2 to watch, but I also kind of want to tell you how part 1 ends and how part 2 ends, and also part 3, because there is a little part 3 with 2. But, the way part 1 ends, you want to rush to see part 2, and, oh my god, this story, I just can't believe where it went. And Loey ended it, and I assumed that was the end of the story, and I was like, wait, no, 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 I need more, like, this can't be it. And I had put a comment on her video, and I got to talking to someone else, and they told me that there was more to the story posted 10 days ago. And I checked, and there was, and it even went crazier. So, I decided that I'm going to give you a little rundown, kind of, and also tell you, like, just a little snippet of the end of, like, part 1, part 2, part 3, just so you get, like, the idea of, like, this. I know, like, if you're gonna watch Loey's video, why should I be telling you the ending? But it's not really the end. It's, oh god, I feel like I shouldn't be saying it. But if you don't watch Loey's video, then, I just told you something. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let's go down. Okay, so the lowdown is basically this. This girl lives in a house with 3 other tenants and a landlady. Now, the landlady ends up dying in a car accident, and something is still in her room. Something is still there. It's not the landlady, because the girl talked to the police and she died in an accident. It's not her. It's not the landlady. And whatever it is not human, but is it? You don't know. So you're gonna have to, like, watch the video to find out. I'm not gonna give you that part away, because it's gonna mess with you. And, okay, I'm not gonna, now there's a lot to the story that you don't know that I'm not gonna tell you, so you're gonna have to watch Loey's to find out really what this all means and what it all comes to. But died in an accident, and there was still someone in the landlady's room that was right next to this girl who was renting a room. It was right next to her, so she could tell someone was in there, and they had the door cracked with, like, pure darkness, and she couldn't tell who it was. She was scared, so she left, stood with her boyfriend. She tried to tell the other tenants, and one's in New Zealand for family stuff, and throughout this whole thing, she was getting weird texts from her landlady, who was already dead at this point, and some of it was in Chinese, and it made no sense, and she thought maybe it was just a homeless person who was, like, who was just there hanging out for a little bit, because the landlady stuff, the cop said, had been taken, all of it. Her phone, her wallet, everything, her ID, so where she lives, anybody could know. Everything was taken, which is such an odd thing from the car accident. But, because she was hit and run, someone crashed into her and then sped off, and you'll find out how I know that by watching Loey's video. You need to watch it. But anyways, so she decides to warn her tenants, tell them, like, hey, like, because they have to get out by the end of the month, because it is an illegal house, and one's in New Zealand, so she offers to pack up for him and stuff. And then the other two, there's an 18-year-old, she can't seem to get a hold of him. No one's seen him since that night the landlady died and the cops showed up to check everything out, or the next night. So they haven't seen him since then. So there's the 18-year-old one, and then the other tenant is Polish, so he doesn't understand English so good. So he, not really getting what she meant in the text, I mean, he understood that the landlady's dead, but he didn't really get what she was meaning, like, there's something in the house, don't go there. She didn't really specify so much, and he doesn't understand English that good. So he went to the house, and something happened to him and the 18-year-old. And I'm not going to tell you what happened. I'm not going to tell you how it happened, why it happened, but something happens to the roommates. Now, at the end of update number 2, she says, I have to help them somehow, talking about her roommates. Now going to update 3, this is after 2, she ends with, I thought that offering up my housemates might help, but it hasn't. Offering up my housemates might help, but it doesn't. Now, you might be wondering, why would she say that? That's so weird. Like, why would she offer them up? You know? Well, okay, let's see, where's it at? Okay, let me see, is this the confession? No. Where the hell is it? Okay, so you might be wondering why she offered up her housemates, you know? That's very odd. Why would you offer up your housemates? To what? Well, she has a confession to make. Now, I'm going to tell you the confession, but you're going to need to watch Loey's video to understand the whole story. But this is her confession. For all of you who have been following me on this journey, I am so sorry that I have misled you. I have a confession to make. Now, I'm just going to read some parts of this because it is fucking crazy what this girl did not do. Okay. She lied about some of the things that she said in her post 1, post 2 that you can watch on Loey's channel. Please do. So she lied about some things. So she decided that she wanted to come clean and confess. And basically she confessed that she and the landlady had gotten in an argument a couple weeks before her accident because the landlady said she needed to raise the rent because her nephew had leukemia. And since the girl had the biggest room, her rent would go up higher, and, you know, she couldn't afford that. So they were fighting about it and going back and forth and stuff. And she said some things that she shouldn't have said, and the other girl said some things she shouldn't have said. I don't want to tell you because you gotta really listen to it. But anyways, oh, her grandnephew. But anyways, okay, so it caused kind of a rift between them. And finally, the lady was like, you either pay the rent or you get out. And she was understandably upset about this, like, what the fuck, you know? So they were fighting. So their fighting went on for weeks, and they were fighting the night the lady died in the car accident. Now, this is where it gets so fucked up. The girl was on the phone with the landlady, and they were fighting about the rent and about how she can't afford it and she has nowhere else to go, right? So the landlady, she can hear the landlady walking to her car, the rain pouring. She's talking to her still in the car, and she can hear when the car hits the landlady's car, and she can hear the bones crush of the landlady, and can hear her yelling for help, like, please help me, you know? And she hangs up the phone and does not call the cops, does not do anything, waits about like 2 hours and then texts, are you alright? And stuff, you know, to check. So that's a big part of the story she leaves out at the beginning. I mean, she did not even think about calling the cops to say, my landlady's just been in an accident, even though she knew it was severe if she heard her bones being crushed. And the lady was just, help me, help me. And she even said in her post, she knew by the time the cops came that the landlady was already dead. She knew that she was dead. So when she was texting to see if she was alright, she basically already knew she was dead. That is so fucked up. Not to mention she didn't call the cops. So that is so fucked up. So you wonder why this thing wants to haunt her, right? Well, okay. So now that I explained that to you, that's why she thought, so all this happened, so now it's like the ghost of her landlady, basically. Not really the ghost. She thinks like the landlady's after her, I guess, or something demonic is, and she thinks that by offering up her housemates, I mean, oh my god, what the fuck? This girl is bizarre. She thought offering up her housemates, you know, their souls, I guess, would help her case and she would be fine, and that's not the case. So that's how that ended. Now, 10 days ago, she posted this. There are 5 of them now, and it's becoming increasingly hard to cope. I have figured out a system for dealing with them, and so far it is working, but I don't know how much longer I can keep going like this. I know that they are averse to light, so before I slip inside that empty house, I attach a series of flashlights to my body. I have to make sure that at least one flashlight is pointing at every limb, otherwise the creatures that prowl those darkened hallways will grasp the first opportunity to wrap their clammy hands around my arms and legs. I have learned that when exposed to light, they can slip into the most unlikely spaces. A cupboard, an unlit corner, that slice beneath the bed, all are places where these fetties, what the fuck is, where these fatigue things can secrete themselves. I don't even know. Fetid? Okay. They are not bound by the same laws as we are, and they move like water. At night, I keep the lights on when I sleep, and I always have a set of 4 lamps trained on my bed at all times in case the ceiling lights go out for any reason. The cupboards and closets are filled with stacks of unused bulbs, and I have become accustomed to the touch of hot glass as I quickly twist a burnt-out bulb free. These days, it is the only physical interaction I have with anything that remotely resembles human warmth. If I sleep at all, it is for a burst of 2 hours at most. All of the house bills are still coming out of her account. The landladies. Are you serious? Wow. But I do not know how long this will last. I am living off what's left of my student loans and spend most of my time procuring food to saturate the insatiable. I survive off meager portions of bread and soup while they dine like kings. Feeding them has become like a ritual. I place my offerings at the center of the kitchen, then back away and wait for them to come. They won't eat if I am there, but they take great delight in hiding at the periphery of my vision and tormenting me with their presence. Sometimes I hear them breathing heavily behind me. Sometimes I hear their guttural laughter, but rarely do I actually see them face on. She's the only one I see regularly. The landlady that she just allowed died. Because, you know, if she called the cops, maybe they could have helped her. There are times at night when I look out my bedroom window and I see her standing in the garden staring up at me. She is always smiling, her mouth contorted by an unnatural mass of teeth and flesh. I know now that all she wants is to see me suffer, watching me as I spend my days finding offerings to satisfy them, and trembling in fear within my room gives her unending pleasure. Bitch, I'd be out of that house. When it comes to the feeding, sometimes a joint of meat is enough, sometimes it isn't. In the latter instance, I have a contingency plan. Sorry, guys. First, I have installed a bolt on the outside of the kitchen door. After nearly a month of wear and tear, I have had to add an extra bolt for reinforcement. Second, I get dressed up as best as I can, take what money I have left, and go to a bar. In a city as big as this one, you don't even need to be charming to get your way. Usually having a young body is simply enough. I don't know why some of the people I've offered turn and others don't. I don't know why some of the people I've offered turn and others don't. What the fuck? She's been offering people? Oh my god. Perhaps they have all turned, but some of them are better at hiding in the cracks than others. After I've locked someone in the kitchen, I put my headphones in and write it out. Oh my god, when it's over, I flush the teeth I find down the toilet and use a pair of tweezers to pull the fingernails out of the kitchen door. But no amount of sandpapering will get rid of the deep ridges running down the side of the door frame. It is usually after these offerings that he decides to make an appearance. I wish I could see him more often, even if it gives me great pain. If I get up late at night to go to the bathroom and my bedroom floor is coated in darkness, I will often lean over to see his pale, lucid face slide out from under the bed. He stares up at me, his expression distorted by horror and malice. He can no longer speak. He is banished to the darkness like the rest of them. But deep down, I know he hates me the most. It's hard to see my boyfriend like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is... Wow. Oh my god. 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 Wow. 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 Oh, wow. I mean, oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, watch part 1 and part 2. Like, and you will get the full story to this. Like, this part you won't get because she didn't include this, but I'm including it. And, oh my god, like, what the fuck? Like, like, I understand the lady wanting her to suffer because, I mean, you hung up the phone when you heard her saying, help me, please help me. I mean, what kind of person does that? I mean, and she also said something very disgusting, like, what do you even need the money for your nephew? He's gonna die anyways. Like, are you serious? Like, this girl's fucking fucked up. Like, at the beginning of this, you're thinking, oh my god, I feel bad for her, like, what's happening? But then you find out she ain't Miss Goody Two-Shoes. Like, she did some things that are wrong, and now she's basically being punished. And, I mean, not even thinking that she had to, but she still did. She offered up her housemates, an 18-year-old kid and a Polish kid who doesn't know anything about what's going on. So, basically, this ended with her going out and finding people to bring back and offer them to the landlady and to the others. Some, she said, are turned and others are not. I mean, so I'm guessing the ones that are turned are out feeding, but the ones that aren't are hiding in the darkness, like her boyfriend, which her boyfriend who was there with her from the beginning, who was helping her, I mean, she gave up her boyfriend. Like, holy shit, this story went a totally different way than I expected. First off, when I heard, I thought offering up my housemates would help, but it hasn't. I was like, wait, what? You purposely had your housemate go there and be scared to death and listen to him cry on the phone with you because you thought it would help your case and you wouldn't be haunted? Are you serious? Like, does that not sound crazy? Like, oh my god. And then reading the rest of this, I mean, yeah, she is suffering. She is, I don't know why she doesn't move, but I guess even if she did, she'd be stuck. Maybe she can't move. I don't know. But she is going out and finding people to bring back to get killed, you know? I mean, and then flushing their teeth down the toilet and taking the fingernails out of the door frame from them trying to get out. And she puts her headphones in so she doesn't have to listen to the screaming and the tormenting. Oh my god. And she's doing all this because she thinks she's doing all this because she's being punished, basically. Now, okay, you could say what she did wasn't so bad, but come on, it was kind of really bad. It was. I mean, you heard this lady saying, help me, and you hung up. You did not call the cops. You waited 2 hours to text her saying, oh, are you okay? Knowing full well she was already dead. So you're a screwed up chick. I'm not saying this is real. I don't think this is. But, wow, the way it ended. Like, I'm okay with her being, like, tormented and stuff. But, excuse me, innocent people, hello, what the fuck? Like, you know, like, oh my god, this is just so great. And, I mean, her boyfriend, oh my god. It's hard to see my boyfriend like that. Like, he can no longer speak and he is banished to the darkness like the rest of them. But deep down, I know he hates me the most. Well, of course, he's your boyfriend who was there with you since the beginning, and you fucking got him turned into whatever you have in this freaking house. Like, oh my god. Ugh. I just had to talk about this, and I had to read this, posted 10 days ago. God, it's so creepy reading this, and it was posted 10 days ago, and it's just like, ugh. Because even though it's not real, probably, it's still very creepy, you know? It's very, 10 days ago, like, ugh, someone was typing this. And, just this coming out. Oh my god. But yeah, watch Loey's video. I will have the link down below, part 1 and part 2. Please watch it. And then you can come back and watch mine if you want. Damn, I should have said that at the beginning of the video. Friggin' A. But you can still watch my video and then go watch hers, because then you'll find out the full story and it'll make a lot more sense. I just really want to include something she didn't, and how it ended, basically, and what happened after everything that was said and done, and after, you know, her offering up her housemates, what happened after that, and yeah, well, I just read it to you, and, oh my god, this is just crazy. So, she basically is living in a house that is illegal, that is still being paid by the landlady, and she is taking care of 5 creature things, basically. And she cannot be in the darkness or they will get her, which wouldn't be such a bad thing, do you think? I mean, no offense, but maybe once they get her, she can stop getting innocent people to come and get killed, you know? But no, bitch, actually, I might just want to kill myself or let them, well, you know what, I don't think I want to let them take me because they would probably really go hard on me. So I probably would just, like, no, like, trigger warning, but, like, I'd probably just end my life, because if I can't get out of this any other way, I'm not, like, sacrificing innocent people, and I'm not going through that. Even with my headphones in, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Every person has their own life, and I can't end that. I'm sorry. That's not my choice. You know, if I'm going to be punished, I'll be punished, but I can't punish other people. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because this story stuck with me so hard, and it is just mind-boggling, crazy. I'm going to link Loey's, like I said, part 1 and part 2 down below. I'm going to link the whole, the link to all this, post, oh, excuse me, all these posts, and just, honestly, I recommend listening to Loey because she reads really well, and I just love when she reads because it just makes it so much, like, listening to someone read it, it's just like, I don't know, you picture it as they're reading it, and she has that kind of voice where she can, like, the 5 of them, like, I don't know, you know, she can make it creepy. So definitely check out her part 1 and part 2. If you want to read it only, you can check out that, or if you want to watch the video and read it too, just to kind of see the whole thing, I'll have that both there. And yeah, I hope you like this. I'm sorry that it was just kind of like all over the place, and I'm sorry that I gave a little bit and I didn't give too much. It's just I really wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to like make a whole video reading all of it because I'm just not good at doing that. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like people watching me read something just is not interesting, you know? But I really want to talk about it because it's just, oh my god. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this, and please, if you do not even, like, I don't know, I'm gonna just put in my description, even if you didn't watch this video, you need to watch Loey's, because, yeah, it's crazy. So, okay, guys, that is it. I will talk to you again soon, and, wow, okay.